All right, y'all. I know that you want to know this. We are talking all about scheduling, calendars, what to do, what not to do, how to avoid overwhelm and burnout. If you are new to me, hi, I am Danielle Roberts. I am a certified coach and I love helping busy mom business owners cut the chaos and find balance and peace and not burn out. It's a big deal, guys. It is so important for you not to be burning out because you were created for a purpose. You were created for what God has created you for. And we are going to talk all about schedules, how I myself decided what to do this spring, and go from there. So I'm gonna switch this camera around. Let's see if I can do this in a way that's going to make sense for you guys. So here I have a calendar, that is just a regular print off. I downloaded it from somebody. Printables. BULLS. So that's you can go for if you want this pretty printout. I wrote my top 3 things, my top 2 things to consider for the month of May. One of the things that I did, I guess I don't have it on here. One of the things that I did when I was trying to consider what to do, I had 2 summits that I was invited for. I had a collection, like a Ultimate Bundles, Mama Shark Bundles collection. And I had a couple other things. Oh yeah, teaching at my church. I had 3 weeks of teaching at my church, a week of teaching MOPS, mothers of preschoolers, and I knew my spring was going to be busy. I didn't want to burn out. I wanted to make sure that I was able to do what I said that I would do. And I wanted to make sure that what I was planning was going to work with our schedule. I love my business, but I don't ever want my business to take the place that my children need. I am homeschooling them. We are homeschooling them. And I wanted to make sure that what I was doing wasn't going to interfere with them or our schedule. So at the top, I wrote out things to consider. My client was in Israel. The food summit, the deadline was to be completed before the 22nd. And I took the other dates that I knew that I had deadlines, and I was doing that. So I have on May 1st, I was teaching, and then I had MOPS, and then I was teaching at church again, and then the food summit. So the food summit with Cat Sharp, the promo started on the 22nd of May and runs through the 31st, which actually runs through the 4th. So food summit starts June 5th. And then I knew that I also had this home education collection in June. Also, sports are a big deal. And then kids had summer school starting on the 19th. So knowing all of that information helped me have a really good idea of what it was that I wanted to be doing, what it was that I thought I had the capacity for. And then I ran a sanity check. I don't know if anybody else has sanity checks where they tell everybody everything and then they're like, so what do you think? And I am very specific about who I am asking for these sanity checks from. What you're not seeing is March and April, or maybe April. I actually color coded the events and I actually said no to, actually I was invited to 3 summits this spring. So I said no to 2 summits, which I really had to, pros and cons, like what's going to be the best for me, what's going to be the best for my family, what's going to be the best for what I'm going for right now, what am I going for? Asking how is it that I am trying to grow my business. You also saw on here, start a mastermind. I decided not to do the mastermind. I actually was praying about it and God was like, no, this isn't what I have for you right now. So I pressed the brakes on that and decided to do something else instead. So the result was this color coding. And as you can tell, I scribbled stuff out. So I had the color coding here, decided not to do that summit, decided to do something different instead, and went with that. So the food summit I said yes to with my friend Kat, and then the home education collection, they're starting the 12th of June. Knowing that I was going to be opening my own cart, opening my own offering, I don't want to bombard my audience, but I do want to get max visibility. I do want to grow my audience on Instagram particularly, because I believe that what God has for me is going to be something that I'm able to share on Instagram. I'm able to encourage women to live out what they were created for on that platform. What you decide is going to be custom to you. It's going to be what your purpose is and what your calling is. So kind of the way that I did this, as I've already said, I did a sanity check. I wrote down everything. I checked with my strategist, my coach, and I was like, all right, this is what all's going on. Can I handle all this at the same time? Can I promote these things at the same time? Because these all were the same weeks, you guys. Like, I don't know what it is with June, like 1st of June, part of June, and May, but holy smokes, like everything I was invited to was happening in this area. So it was one of those, it was, yes, I could, but is it best? Is it going to be something I can handle in my capacity? Will it cause me to burn out? Story time. Okay, it's really close. All right, so story time. Back in January, I was invited to a couple summits, I think, a summit, and one of my products, one of my courses was in an ultimate bundles. So I had 2 different things, 3 different things potentially that I was promoting. We made it work. I talked with my strategist, we worked out a plan, and I was able to cohesively weave them together and say, if you're this person, you can go here. If you're this person, you can go here. This is how these are both going to benefit you, even if you're not necessarily in that same genre. Like if you're not a homeschool mom, you can still benefit from this, but this is who this is geared for. I wanted to do this. I always choose the opportunities that I have in a way that's going to benefit you, my audience. I want to serve you. So how can I best serve you? If I am filling my calendar full and I just burn out, I'm not serving you well. I've done that before. So the way that I am doing this is I'm saying I'm doing 2 things out of the 5 opportunities that I was presented with. And I will tell you, I am so glad, because those 4 weeks of teaching at the church and the MOPS group, that was exhausting. It is so exhausting. Give your preachers a high five and just say thank you for showing up and teaching every week. Because you guys, and granted, they're not homeschooling and they're not running businesses. They're doing pastoral things, which is different, but it's still a lot. You guys, you have to understand, if you're not teaching every week, if you're not putting stuff together, it's hard to know what goes into all that, but it's exhausting. It can be a lot. So give your pastors a high five and think about what's going on in your schedule. So things to consider, I said for June, we are doing the food summit. I actually am closing my cart for my offer on Wednesday. So cart closes. And then I've already promoted the food summit once, which was the requirement. And I'm going to talk again about it on the 5th, which is the day that it opens. And then that's through this week. And then I am going to do the home education collection, which is a natural progression from the food summit, from the cart close that I've got going up here. So I'm already talking about this stuff. It's just gonna be specifically for this homeschool audience. And then with July, I didn't put anything on here because my goal is to serve the women that I am going to be cart closing on Wednesday, and then serving them all the month of July and August. I have specific goals for this summer, and one of those is to enjoy being a mom. I want to have that time with my kids. We have pushed really hard on homeschool. We are so close to finishing. So we're going to be doing some things like that. I just want to spend time enjoying the outside. I want to do things around the house that have been neglected and really just enjoy that. We also, again, summer school and sports. Those two things are going to take quite a bit of time. August is solely about fun. It is fun, refreshing, setting up goals for the fall. I don't have plans here. I usually plan in about 90-day increments. So when I first made these back in March on vacation, I had 90 days. That's something that I'm going to be revisiting this summer as I am moving forward and getting ready to do this other stuff and working with my clients and really identifying how to continue to serve you guys best. So looking at an open cart for the fall, what does that look like? What does it look like for our homeschool? Do I like the schedule that we have? Do I want to change the schedule that I have? And different questions like that. So that is how I set up my calendar, how I said no to, there were some really great opportunities, I'm not gonna lie. But do I have the capacity? What all is going on? What can I manage? What gives me sanity? And what is going to be best for my family? So if you have questions, drop them below. I would love to talk with you. And then if you would like, if I did a workshop on how to set up your calendar, how to help with scheduling, eliminating overwhelm and stress, and really making the most out of your time, drop a me in the comments and I will give you the link to sign up for this workshop that I do. It'll probably be in August or start September, that type of thing, just as we get ready for the school year and everything. So I am excited to move forward and keep going with the calendar that I created. We'll chat soon. Bye, guys.